guys, welcome back to the channel. Marley and I are out here in the mountains. We've been here for a couple days and I figured I'd touch base with you guys. I get a lot of questions, people asking me about some of the other stuff aside from just the air guns that I need when I come out here in the field. And this is basically just some ideas for you guys and really just to showcase some of the stuff that I've had for a while that really benefits me out here in the field. Most of these areas that I come into are very rugged and remote, and so I needed a vehicle that would handle that. I've got a 2007 Jeep Wrangler. I put a lot of work into it, and it's perfect for Marley and I to come out into these areas. It does take quite a bit of work to get to because we want to get into these spots that have good hunting. So having the Jeep has really made it a lot easier for us to get back in here. Secondly is some kind of sleep system. Now sometimes I do sleep in the back of the Jeep, but I feel kind of cramped, and so lately I've been using tents. Now I have a Unigear, which is a pretty lightweight, easy to set up tent. I've had it for a couple years. I like that. Usually I'll have that during summer months when it's not cold. And then I've got a 4-season teepee hot tent that I can outfit with a stove for those colder months. And it was definitely an investment. These are not inexpensive items, but it's really important to have a way to protect yourself from the elements, which are constantly changing out here in the mountains. As much as I come out in the field, I need a way to organize all my stuff, and so I use milk crates usually to pack my stuff, keep everything together, whether it be for cooking or even some of my airgun related gear. It's nice to have organization so you're not forgetting things when you come out on these trips that might take you all day to get to. If you are coming out in the field with an air tank, it's really important to protect that. I like using a bag. I've had one for a couple years, and it's nice to be able to have that to keep my fill whip together. I'm not going to lose it, and it's not going to get dirty because when we come out here, there's a lot of dust, there's a lot of debris, especially when we're driving down these dirt roads. It can be windy, and so it's real important to have a way to protect your air tank. I come out for multiple days, and it's important for me to keep all my perishable goods nice and cool. I usually have a 12-volt cooler, which works really well out of a Jeep. It doesn't take up a lot of space. They are insulated, and so they stay cool without having to really plug them in, and they seem to be pretty efficient, and they become a lot more affordable in just the past couple years. And so I highly recommend some kind of 12-volt cooler if you're going to be doing even a day trip. It's nice to have to be able to keep your drinks cold, any kind of lunch meat or anything that you're going to be cooking from going bad. As far as cooking goes, I usually keep things pretty simple. I've got an inexpensive Coleman stove that has a burner as well as a grill, and that works good for the majority of the cooking that I do out here in the field. I might not be able to have a campfire and I just want to be able to make my coffee. It's nice to have something like that. And I also bring a little cook set with me with forks, knives, all the utensils, napkins, and baby wipes are one thing that I couldn't live without here in the field. It's nice to be able to clean yourself off, clean your hands, and obviously use the bathroom. There's a lot of things in between, but for me it's critical to have a power source. I usually bring several 600-watt power banks with me, and that's simply for the fact that I do a lot of filming and therefore I need to do a lot of charging, but they're pretty useful for a lot of other stuff around camp. You can use them to run a light kit to illuminate your camp. You can use them to charge your phone. You can use them to run that 12-volt cooler. And the last thing you want to do when you're out here is to drain the battery in your vehicle from having to charge stuff. Another thing is all the stuff you're going to need to do some shooting. Lately I've been using a bench, and I probably ultimately will be building my own. Right now I'm borrowing one from Terry, and I gotta say it's been really helpful to have that. Here at camp when we're trying to sight in the guns, I always bring a cardboard box with me with some targets. I'll usually have a stapler if I don't have the peel and stick targets. And so it's nice to have all that stuff that you can easily get to and it's organized. That's the key, I think, when you come out for multiple days, is to really try and be as organized as possible. One of the most critical things I bring is water, for not only myself but Marley. It's good to have that. I always bring more than I think I'll need, and I always try to push that on you guys. When we're out here in the field, the last thing you want is to get dehydrated. You can get heat stroke, and that can be a big problem if you're out here by yourself. It's real important to let people know where you are, at least on a map or some general location, so if you don't show up, you know, people are going to come looking for you. Along with that, you know, jumper cables and some form of tools so you can make any repairs you need out here in the field, because things happen, you know, vehicle problems. It's really important to be kind of prepared for that, along with some kind of first aid kit. So I really hope I was able to share some better detail with some of the stuff that I bring with me aside from just the air guns. It's important for me to be prepared. I do come out here a lot. I've gotten used to, you know, packing stuff, and I think the key is really just to be organized. But I'm not trying to sell you guys any stuff. I'm just giving you guys a few examples. If I can find all the links, I will leave them in the description if you guys are interested in some of that stuff. I really appreciate you watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. If you guys enjoy these videos, give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you like. We put out new videos every week. I appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one.